We're at Wildwood Baseball Park where this afternoon Sheboygan South hosts conference rival Green Bay East. Hello everybody. My name is Mike Martin and joining me is Tom Grams. Tom, the teams come in. East is 7 and 8, South 8 and 10. Man, I was talking to the East coach. Their non-conference games were canceled because of weather, but comparable records for the most part. So this should be a competitive game.
Should be a good game, Marty, with looks like pretty equal teams here and decent weather for a change. And we're getting down to the end of the season, so before you know it, tournament time will be coming around. So I'm sure both of these teams are looking to get a big win here tonight.
South is starting Jared Granke, and we saw Jared pitch in that first North-South game that we did. It was a blowout win for Sheboygan South, but he pitched a good game that night, and he's a good pitcher.
Well, that's usually the key, and you can get some good quality innings out of your starters, and everything else seems to fall in place.
Looking back at that ball game, Granke only gave up 3 hits and had 4 strikeouts. Did walk 3 batters, but for the most part showed pretty good control. South is coming in off of a loss to Green Bay Notre Dame on Monday night. This is Tuesday night. Now they're playing this game. How do you think that's going to play in?
Well, they've had a couple tough losses recently. You know, they lost that game to North, which I'm sure was a big disappointment to them, big rivalry game, and you know, them having a better record, I'm sure that was really disappointing for them. And then a tough loss last night. So I guess we'll need to see if they can bounce back.
Green Bay East is coached by Pete Bauer, South, of course, by Craig Clace. And stepping in for Green Bay East is their center fielder and leadoff hitter, number 10, Adam Wimberly. He takes a swing at that first pitch and hits it down the left field line. And making a fine one-handed grab is the South third baseman, Sam Raff.
Tough play for Raff. A lot of times if the shortstop can get that, he'll call the third baseman off. He's got a little better angle for that. But Raff took it and put it away.
Wes Malesvia is number 2 hitter. He's their shortstop. No stats on these players tonight. I did talk with Craig Clace before the game, and he just updated all the stats, Tom. Problem is he left them at school. So that doesn't do us any good.
Well, those teachers have a lot on their mind, Marty. You know that.
Well, I'll put that on my shoulders because I didn't call them or email them prior to doing our game. Second pitch by Granke is in there for a strike. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Malesvia. Malezova, actually, is how you pronounce that. I remember Wes from, I think he was a basketball player, too. It's good you could make it for the start of the game. I had my lines all prepared in case you weren't here.
Were they good?
Yeah, nothing disparaging. You know that, Tom.
Conference on the mound.
Trotting out to talk with Thomas, the starting pitcher. Was South's catcher, Grant Evans. That pitch is in there for a call, strike 3.
That's kind of interesting to note, Marty, that Granke has a perfect game going right now. We didn't want to jinx him.
Might as well do it now. Don't save that for the 7th inning. Mark Shield, the first baseman, or second baseman, is up next. He takes a big breaker for a strike. Tom wrote down the lineup I had in the book here and said, there's only 9 guys. I said, yeah, well, but there's a DH. There should be 10. So I made a mistake. It was my mistake. Problem is the mistake was on the number 3 hitter. So
lineup cards are looking a little messy already.
Yeah. What a start.
Yeah, well, everybody's entitled to one mistake a season, Marty, and you made it pretty far.
I don't know about that. 2 balls and 1 strike to Shield. Hey, one time we were doing a softball game. This was years ago. We used to do softball on Friday nights, do 3 games, and then they'd take the tape back to the studio and run it, and then guys at the bar could watch themselves play.
Mm-hmm.
But the one team never turned in a roster, so I just made one up, and it was all Cub players.
Oh, jeez.
It was kind of hilarious.
For you, anyhow.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Liner right back up the middle.
A shot. Well, there goes the perfect game. Huh?
Yep. Still has a shutout going, though. First baseman Chris Stolberg is up next. You mentioned East comes in with a 7-8 record. Those are all conference games. No non-conference this season, at least so far.
Hung a breaking ball up there. You don't want to get that in the hitting zone. That baby's going to go out, especially to the cleanup hitter.
Right. I had an opportunity to talk with Pete Bauer prior to the game, and he was saying that the conference is really kind of funny this year because you'll get teams that have pretty comparable records. In one game they'll win by the 10-run rule, and the next time around they'll have a really good and well-contested game. And in that respect, it's unpredictable, I guess is what his point was. Stolberg playing at third base. Pardon me, this is Dietz playing at third base. Actually, Stolberg is at first base, and that's who's hitting now.
There goes Debbie Risto down the stairs. There's Ristos all over the place here.
Man,
Jake out in the field.
it's like an
Jeff
infestation.
It's like walking through the halls at South.
Thought you were going to say it's like walking through the Hall of Fame.
No, it's not like walking through the Hall of Fame for sure. There's
Looper
trouble.
out to second base, and it drops in for a hit. And good hustle by Melezva, by Stolberg, Shield to get the third.
Ball wasn't hit very hard, but just managed to get over the head of the second baseman, Grinke, and now you get first and third with 2 down. South's got to get out of this first inning, hopefully without any damage done.
Ball hangs up high for Eric Dietz.
Don't know what kind of base runner Stolberg is, but oftentimes high school teams will send that runner to see if they can get that guy in from third base.
Right. A lot of times teams won't throw down. Two balls and no strikes, the count. That makes it 3-0. Waiting on deck is Matt Nelson, the right fielder. That's in there. 3-1 is the count. East has runners on first and third. There are 2 outs. Collected a couple of 2-out hits.
A relatively close play there. Nice move by Grinke.
That's one thing I do remember from that North-South game is Grinke throwing over and
he throws that ball hard over.
Yeah, very hard. And I think he did pick off one North runner.
Looks like he's a little wild high as he walks Nelson.
And that's going to bring up.
Or Thomas.
Yeah.
I should say. No, Dietz. Okay, Nelson's up now.
Yep, Nelson is up now. Bases loaded. F-O-R-D. Full of Red Devils.
There you go. Got my Blue Devils jacket on, you notice, Marty.
Yeah, Blue Duke. Oh, the Dukes.
The Dukies.
Dookie. Pitch a little bit outside.
Pitcher start aiming the ball in the situation because he knows there's no place to put him.
Yeah, pressure's on.
And then it really becomes hard to throw a strike. There he goes. That was in there.
No signs from the third base coach. That means the batter's going to be hitting away. Nelson takes that pitch inside. It's 2-1. 2 outs, bases loaded. We're in the top of the first inning. Ooh, late on that fastball.
Swing and a miss. Be nice to get him right here.
That's for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball hammered to center field.
Right at the center fielder, Rinke. So South gets out of that first inning without any damage.
Justin Reinecke making that nice play out there. And at the end of a half inning of play, East nothing, South coming to bat.
Just close my eyes and I'm with you, and all that I so wanna give you, it's only a
You don't have to be a hero to be a hero.
away.
When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Pop quiz for you. In what movie did I play a gang leader struggling in school? Who was my teacher? What did I learn in math class? Oh, and here's one about you. What did your kid learn in math class today?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
I heard he's going to be on a book tour. Jeff Thomas loosening up for East as we get ready to start the bottom of the first. Red Devils had a golden opportunity in the top of the inning, but couldn't come through and stranded the bases loaded. Justin Reinecke getting ready to lead off the inning for South. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. On to lay one down, Tom, but didn't quite make contact.
Looked like Thomas has got some pretty good zip on that ball too, Marty.
Yeah. I umpired last night. West came to town and played North, and John Klaus was their starting pitcher. Big guy, about 6'5", and he had the heat. Struck out, I think, around 12 North batters during the course of the game. Anyway, throw over to get Reinecke by the shortstop. A nice play by the first baseman to apply the tag. Chris Stolberg.
Throws a little high and on the home plate side, and it's not really that difficult to play for the first baseman if it throws in that position to come down and tag the runner. But it is a nice play.
Actually, it's much more tough when it's up the line towards home plate, you know, and he's got to try to catch the ball and tag the runner and not get barreled over.
You know, I've seen first baseman already, dislocate a shoulder as they come down with that ball, and that runner
Swipe,
comes
yeah.
by, and
Rips his arm back.
that arm is pretty vulnerable there.
Grant Evans, the catcher, is batting second for the Red Wings.
Those first basemen have a tough job.
It's a good thing they don't have to throw much.
That's true. Hey, that ball is hit.
Drive to deep left center field. Nobody's going to get that. It goes all the way to the warning
wall.
track. Evans is in with a stand-up double.
A little help from the wind on that, but he really hit that ball well.
Yeah, wind is blowing out, but you're right. That was a no-doubter. Jake Risto is up next. Jake playing at shortstop.
Certainly one of South's better players and better hitters, a third hitter, a senior. Been playing a long time. I think he was on the varsity as a freshman. So be a good spot for Jake to bring that runner in from scoring position.
Yeah, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first, no score. Thomas on the mound for the Red Devils. Risto takes a strike. Big curveball is outside for a ball. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first. Liner right back up the middle. Picked up by the second baseman, who throws accurately to first for the out. Nice play by Shield.
I think the pitcher might have touched that ball, Marty, so that would be a 1 to 4 to 3.
Yeah, we'll put that down.
For all of you keeping score at home.
Hey, you never know. Josh Grenke, the second baseman, is up. We got 2 outs now. It's going to take clutch hit. Ball hit out towards right
Hey,
field.
this could be trouble if it's fair. It
It
is.
is. Drops in for a base hit.
That's
Evans
a run.
scores. South on top. Second baseman didn't get a very good break on that ball. And the first baseman didn't either.
I thought it was going to be foul at first, but it kind of hung up there, and the wind is pushing that way, kept it fair. Fortuitous break for the Red Wings.
What kind of break?
I'll spell it for you later.
IT? How do you spell it? IT.
I almost said Red Wings. I almost said Red Men.
Jared Grenke, the pitcher, up.
It's going.
Throw is high, and in with a stolen base is Josh Grenke. Puts him in scoring position. Good move, sent him on that first pitch.
You bet. Especially with 2 outs, get that guy in scoring position.
Pitch is outside, makes the count 2 balls and no strikes.
Just had the replay on the stolen base and saw that he was in there easily.
Ooh, a roof ball. I don't know if you can hear that on TV. Two balls and 1 strike. There's 2 outs. Run in for South. They lead it 1-0. There's a drive. Foul. Late arriving crowd tonight. We're still waiting.
Probably hung up on the parking lot.
There's a hanger popped up
That-
to center field. Center fielder didn't see it at first,
Yeah.
but now he comes in and makes an easy catch, and that's the 3rd out of the inning, but South does come up with a run. They lead it after 1 complete inning of play, 1-0.
The United Church of Christ. No matter who you are or where you are in life's journey, you're welcome here.
If you're not helping after-school programs, you're really helping to take them away.
That wasn't very nice.
After-school programs, wouldn't you rather be helping?
Well, Tom, I've got the scorebook all fixed now. Pretty messy. Eraser wasn't working too good, but hopefully we'll get the correct batters announced now without making one or two mistakes. Leading off the inning is going to be Jeff Thomas, the East pitcher. East comes in, Tom, with only 2 substitutes, so their squad is depleted somewhat. And I heard that West brought their JV team down last night to play. They only had 8 players.
Really?
Yeah, they had to borrow a North player. It wound up being a scrimmage type game, I guess.
You know, one of the things about spring baseball, Marty, is it really competes with a lot of other sports. You got track and field going on, you know, at this time. You've got tennis going on at this time.
Isn't golf too
Golf, yep.
for the guys?
Yep.
Fly ball out to deep center field, retreating and making the catch is Justin Reinecke. So Thomas flies out to start off the inning. Mitch Seablum, the DH for Kent Petrick, the catcher, is up next. Frankie in the windup.
Took a little off of that one.
Yeah. He had him fooled, that's for sure. That ball's low. Evens the count at 1-1. Beautiful afternoon. Temperatures in the mid 60s, sunny. The best game for TV8 since they've been doing games this year. It's the 3rd time we've been out. The first 2 were not very nice. But tonight we've got a beautiful afternoon.
Cold weather along the lakeshore here. You don't get a lot of days like this in early May.
Seablum swings and comes up empty for strike 3.
Tony Freilich, the left fielder, the number 9 hitter.
You'd think Greinke would know that. He'd be throwing strikes right away, pumping it right down the middle, force that guy to make contact.
Greinke struggled with his control in the first inning, but it looks like he's found a bit more of a groove here in the second. Sometimes it just takes an inning or so to get loose.
I should see if I have those stats. If I remember correctly, he had wildness issues coming into the game. Yeah, here we got it from the last game. Jared Greinke, this was the one we did the North-South game a couple weeks ago. Had 16 innings pitched and 15 walks. So he knows how to put them on. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Freilich.
Well, that ball was in the catcher's mitt almost already by the time.
Yeah. Good throw by Evans to, so it's a strikeout and then a 2-3 put out.
Strike him out, throw him up.
Yep. Well, kind of. At the end of an inning and a half, it's South 1, East nothing.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
People with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people without diabetes. And many who survive are severely disabled.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
Look, my first tooth.
Dudley, spit out the toothpaste. That was the first time you brushed your teeth.
And I brush twice a day, every day.
Oh, here's that nice dentist, Dr. Benchley.
Yep, he showed me how to floss.
Why are your teeth blue?
I use my mouth guard whenever I play sports to protect my smile.
And visit the dentist regularly.
Remember, brush twice a day and floss once a day.
Parents, there's...
Back at Wildwood Baseball Park, where we're getting ready to start the bottom of the second. And the leadoff hitter for South is going to be the third baseman, Sam Raff. Raff seeing a little more action.
Goes after the first pitch.
Yeah, sends it high and deep to center field, but Wimberly makes an easy play. Shane Feustel, the designated hitter, is up next. He's batting for Alec Lang. Lang is out in left field. And there's another first pitch swung at and popped up. Melezva makes the easy catch at short.
2 pitches, 2 outs. If he gets this guy one pitch, he will tie a major league record.
I believe that.
Never to be broken.
I had a major league record when I was playing out in center field.
3 errors?
No. Made all the catches. One of them was a diving catch. Who was the lefty that used to pitch with Sheboygan early?
Bob Sauger?
No. Be way before him.
Earl Whalen?
Earl was chucking. That was
it's
in
going to be a
Menasha.
4-pitch out here, Marty.
4-pitch inning. Melezva makes the play, and we're off to the third inning already.
That's the kind of inning we need when it's cold.
I know. Not those 15-pitch innings or at bats for one batter.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, bonds.
And CDs.
Way to go.
Bonds,
Flattering,
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam.
Ewa. Rita. Apa? Pa. Mir.
Shanti.
Nhiệt Chang Yok Di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fe.
around the world.
Semear the high.
Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Getting ready to start the top of the third. Green Bay East is going to send up their leadoff hitter, Adam Wimberly. Wimberly fouled out down the third baseline his first time up.
Second time through the order. We'll see how they fare against Grinke.
Grinke looked good in the top of the second with a couple of strikeouts.
Boy, people are going after that first pitch.
Lang coming over, and he makes the catch.
Must be cold down there on the field.
Oh. This is an umpire's dream.
Yeah.
I had my shortest high school game of the year last night. It was just under 2 hours. I mean, we've been averaging about 225, 230 for a 7-inning game, which is quite long.
The top of the first took quite a while, but since then, things have been moving here. Probably shouldn't have said anything, though.
Melezova takes that first pitch high for a ball. Cranky coming with the heater.
Yeah. Got in on his fist.
Mark Shield waiting on deck. Shield is the number 3 hitter. Grant Evans. It's the second one that got away. That third strike on that 9 hitter in the second. Scored it away, but he was able to throw him out at first. I put the squeeze on it, Tom.
Play
Chopper
for Jake.
Yeah, Risto, he's got a cannon.
Oh, he dropped the ball at first. Looked like the throw was there, didn't it?
Yeah, Rissy couldn't handle it.
Don't know what happened on that one.
Nope. E3. As long as Jake's dad is up here sitting next.
Yeah.
We better give it to the first baseman. Melezova on at first. Shield, the hitter. Shield got a base hit to center field. He got that hit right after Tom said that Jared Greinke had a perfect game going.
Through 2 hitters.
Doesn't matter. It's a hard bounder over to second base.
Get the one. He got him.
And Stuffy calls him out at first.
Nice play by the second baseman.
Yeah, Josh Greinke helping his brother. Stolberg is up. Stolberg had a hit also. Had that little looper behind second base, or out in right field, was that, Tom?
It was over the second baseman's head, actually, in right center.
Okay. Well, one of those kind of hits now would score a run.
Yeah, with 2 down for sure.
Breaking ball called a strike. I don't know if I mentioned this. That ball is foul, but Todd Stuffigren is out on the bases, and Dan Schmitz is working home plate tonight. And I think they're from Sheboygan Falls and Plymouth.
I know Stuffregen is from Sheboygan Falls. I'm not sure where Dan Schmitz is from. Runner's going. Not a smart play.
Oh, great throw by Grant Evans, and easily got Melezova, who's trying to steal third.
You don't try to steal third with 2 outs. You know, that's unless you're awful sure you can make it. That was not a good play.
No. Well, at the end of 2.5 innings of play, South on top, 1-0.
Nuclear weapons material stored in laboratories and other facilities, some protected by just a chain link fence. Terrorists are trying to steal these materials to make a nuclear bomb and attack us here. We need to stop them at the source by locking down the materials. There is something you can do to protect America. Visit saferworld.org. Be part of stopping a catastrophe before it happens.
What do triglycerides or trigs have to do to get noticed? Normal triglycerides are below 150. High triglycerides increase your risk of heart disease. And if you're a woman, that risk goes up even more. After standing in the shadows of good and bad cholesterol, triglyceride, also known as the forgotten fat, is ready to share the spotlight and the attention. Remember to ask your doctor about the good, the bad, and the forgotten fat. And remember, normal triglycerides are under 150.
This message brought to you by Sister to Sister, working together for healthy hearts.
Just about every day, any day, whoever shows up.
ready to start the bottom of the third is going to be the number 9 hitter, first baseman Jake Rissy. Rissy takes a strike. Rissy's a football and basketball player. Ball right back at the press box. Tom, you can get out from underneath the table now.
Oh, I'd have put that in my hip pocket, you know that.
Once it stopped rolling.
Run off with it.
Bouncing ball to Melezva at short. He makes a solid throw over, and Rissy's out. That's going to take us to the top of the order. Justin Reinecke. He grounded to short his first time up. Thomas with a slow bender right in there for a strike.
He's been throwing those first pitch strikes.
Maybe that's why they're swinging at the first pitch.
There.
You know, so often when you watch a liner, a little looper actually, taken by Shield, you watch the major league games and that, and so many times the batter takes a strike. And sometimes I think that pitch that they take is probably the best pitch you're going to see the whole at bat.
Yeah. Especially if you got a pitcher that isn't going to walk a lot, you might as well jump on one.
All right, tried to start off Evans with the slow curve also, but that one hung up.
There's a nice pitch.
That evens count at 1-1. Jason Lederman, the South High AD, is in the booth.
One and two on Evans. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Steve Reiner on the field camera. Fritz Zank up here in the booth with us. Scott Mieloff spinning the dials in the truck, and Kerry Kautzer helping Steve out on the field camera. Tom Grams and I'm Mike Martin bring you the ball game.
Nice pick by the first baseman to retire Evans, and that's it for the Red Wings in the third.
At the end of 3 complete, South High up 1-0.
The most dangerous thing
our kids have to deal with today
isn't violence.
It isn't drugs, it's unhealthy food.
Too many of our kids are overweight.
They're headed for diabetes, heart problems, or worse.
They need to eat healthy things like vegetables, fruits, high-fiber vegetarian foods.
As our kids grow, the right foods can help protect them from obesity, heart problems, diabetes, and even cancer. To find out more, call for a free booklet or visit our website, kidsgethealthy.org.
One day, you were simply struggling to be a dad. The next, you're coping with a diagnosis of childhood cancer. CureSearch.org can help. It's run by doctors and scientists whose research has led to an overall cure rate of 78%. You're not as alone as you feel.
Will Madsen, the pitching coach for South, warming up Granke as Evans gets ready.
Game's been moving right along, Marty.
Yeah, less than 45 minutes and we're going into the top of the fourth.
I was mentioning before that Wildwood baseball field looks like it's in great shape. The grass is green and well filled in. The field looks well cared for, so it's a nice venue for the kids to be able to play on.
Oh, yeah, really a great venue. I gotta imagine this is probably the finest field in the conference. Of course, we don't know for sure because we don't see all the other diamonds.
We're going to say it is.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of the thanks to that goes to the Sheboygan A's. Denny Moyer and the Sheboygan A's, they really take good care of this too, you know, and they've put a lot of money into this.
Eric and Arlen Weisman and Terry Berkovitz are the three main guys, the three amigos that are pretty much in charge of field maintenance. I even came over one day and helped. But the big difference is I only did it one day.
Yeah.
They've been over here hundreds of hours.
Got the, you know, nice signs on the outfield wall.
I was checking some of those. They're the older signs are like wood kind of thing. Those newer signs are a vinyl kind of material. And they have little flaps cut in so the wind can blow through so they don't rip out. That first batter, Chris Stolberg, was a strikeout victim.
On strikes, yep.
Eric Dietz is up next. Dietz is third baseman. Made that nice play to end the third for South.
We're still under that one, and
Hey,
quick 2 men down here.
I was going to tell him, you can tell his dad didn't teach him anything about playing short because you're supposed to catch the ball with 2 hands. You know, you talk to some of those guys. I'll bet Craig Counsell would be one of those guys. You'd say, "Why aren't you catching the ball with 2 hands?" He'd probably say, "Well, I can't. It'd be so uncomfortable." He's so used to doing it one-handed. Carl Behringer wouldn't let you get away with that.
There's a name from the past.
Did you play when he was?
Yeah, I played for the A's when Carl was managing. Before Chuck Zeiker took over for many, many years.
Matt Nelson is the batter, taps it right back to Greinke. And
another quick 1-2-3 inning for the Red Wings.
Well, after 3.5, South still on top, 1-0.
If you give me a fish.
If you give someone a fish,
You feed them for a day.
Teach someone to fish.
You feed them for a lifetime.
Give me a fish, and you'll feed me for a day. Teach me to fish, and you'll feed me for a lifetime.
Through Volunteers of America, you can help change lives in your community.
Back at Wildwood Baseball Park, where South is getting ready to bat in the bottom of the 4th. There you see the little pre-inning huddle by the East Red Devils. Trotting back right at you is Kent Petrick, the Red Devil catcher, and leading off the inning is Jake Risto.
Number 3 hitter for the Red Wings.
Hit a screamer right back at the mound. That was deflected over to the second baseman, who threw out Jake. So he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. 55-footer.
Jake's batting average for this game resembles his dad's.
Ouch. Strike on the outside corner. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, Jeff was zinging you before the game, and you did say you were going to get him during the game, and you just did. Stolberg makes the easy play.
Second baseman, number 2, Josh Greinke.
Josh Greinke had a single and an RBI in the first. And he's playing at second base this afternoon. Big bender. Tom, when you played, What pitch did you like best to hit? Fastball, curveball?
I would say that I was probably more of a fastball hitter because I know the pitchers that gave me the biggest trouble were left-handed curveball pitchers. Guys in the state league like Lon Galley pitched for Wisconsin and was from Manitowoc, and Steve Wilmette from Green Bay. Those left-handers, and I was a left-handed batter, of course, and boy, when they throw that curveball in the outside corner, I had a hard time reaching it.
I believe that, especially if it's coming at you and all of a sudden a late breaker or something. Well, Josh Greinke popped out the short. Jared Greinke is up next. Jared, back in the first, ended the first inning with a fly ball to center field. And this one he pops up on the infield. Dietz makes the play.
Staggers under it a little bit, but he put it away. And another 1-2-3 inning.
Another 1-2-3 inning is right. That's 3, 6, 9, 10 in a row that Thomas has retired. But there you see it at the end of 4. South's still on top.
Sick too. Not like him. You don't remember.
He keeps getting infections.
He takes after you.
If your child is repeatedly sick, it may be PI, primary immunodeficiency disease, a defect of the immune system. The only way to know is by testing.
Mom, this isn't normal. It's normal.
It's not normal. Talk to us about PI.
We've all solved problems in creative ways. But the quick fix isn't always the best, especially when it comes to your health. Crooked teeth or misaligned jaws could be signs of orthodontic trouble. Quick cosmetic fixes rather than orthodontic treatment may not be the best solution. Teeth that work better look better, and orthodontists improve the look of the mouth by improving tooth alignment and function. Appearance is important, but it's not everything. For a healthy smile, visit an orthodontist.
Leading off the top of the 5th for Green Bay East will be the pitcher, Jeff Thomas. Thomas flew out to center back in the 2nd.
Looking out there, the uniforms look so similar. You wonder where the defense starts and the offense ends.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I believe East has got stripes on their pants. South doesn't, but you can hardly tell that on your TV screen. First pitch is in there for a strike. One thing that Jared Greinke has been doing tonight, Tom, is he's been throwing strikes.
Yeah.
He's only walked one batter.
Have they had a base runner since the first inning?
Yeah, that one kid reached on an error.
Oh, that's right.
That's the one we gave the error to Rissi instead of Risto.
Yeah, that'll pay off in the long run.
Thomas swings and misses, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 5th. South on top 1-0. Drive out to deep center field.
Ball is well hit. That's over his head.
Yeah, it's going to go all the way to the wall.
He can get 3 out of this one.
Thomas is just streaking around second. Boy, he runs well. You get a chance to see him run, Tom?
Yeah,
He really had a good stride.
Long strider. You know, he's the pitcher, and he looks like he's a good hitter. Oftentimes in high school baseball, your pitcher is oftentimes as good a hitter as you've got on your team. Shortstops and pitchers in high school baseball. Got a pinch runner for Thomas, number 49.
Yeah, it's Andy Freilich. Freilich is courtesy running. Fly ball out to right.
That should be deep enough to score him.
Catch is made. Freilich tagging and scores. So sac fly by Seablum brings home the tying run. And Thomas really helped his own cause.
He sure did. getting the third there was a big part of that too.
Well, Justin Reinecke got a good break on that drive, but there just was no way. That ball was just scalded.
Hit, yeah.
A good breaker, and coming up empty is Tony Freilich. Probably a brother of Andy.
And probably not his dad.
Probably not. As a pitch is in there for a strike, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a dandy.
Yeah.
Ball is jerked foul.
When is the softball season starting, Marty? Looking over at the softball complex. See
I
some
think,
teams practicing.
Yeah, they were here last night too. There were some games.
Oh, they have games going? Oh.
Well, there are a lot of cars coming. Drive
Ooh,
out
that's
to
trouble.
short left, drops in for a single. Freilich, the number 9 hitter.
A little bit of a bleeder. I think he got it in on the hands, but he was able to muscle it over the third baseman's head for a base hit.
Well, there's 1 out and a run in for East, and they're back to the top of the order. Adam Wimberly is up. Wimberly is 0 for 2, fouled out to Raff at third and flew out to left. Alec Lang making a nice running catch on that one. Grant Evans is waving his right fielder over, trying to get James Kazmarowski in position for this hitter.
I think that means he doesn't think that Wimberly can get around on him, or are they going to work him outside?
Well, I think it's they don't think he can get around on him, but he has. Fouled out to third and hit one to left.
Maybe we ought to wave him back.
I don't know. There's an awfully big gap in right center field.
That's for sure. Center fielder's playing straight away, even actually a little bit on the left field side of second base.
Evans had a shot at Freilich, the base runner, but was off the mark a little bit. South with an 8-10 record. They're 6-9 in conference. East, we mentioned, is 7 wins and 8 losses. South, coming into this game, had a tough luck loss last night to Notre Dame. Lost it 4-3, losing the ball game in the bottom of the 7th. And he had that tough loss to North. One came pretty close to that little tear in the net.
I know one of the projects the A's are working on is to kind of replace the screening behind home plate and get new netting and make it a little bit more fan friendly. Some people don't like having to look through that screen. It can be a bit of a distraction.
For sure.
But it's amazing how expensive that stuff is. I know the A's are doing a fundraising campaign for that, but
yeah, Wildwood Rally. It's going slow. The economic times have really made it tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sure that anybody interested in donating, Denny Moyer would be more than happy to take a donation to help the A's as they try to keep this facility being one of the finest in the state.
Right, that's exactly right. That's what they want to do. Fly ball out to center field. Reinecke makes the easy grab, and that's the second out of the inning. That brings up the shortstop, Wes Melezva. Melezva struck out in the first and reached on an error in the third. Umpire told him to look like a ball player, so he tucked his shirt in.
Runner's going.
Evans with a quick release, but not a very accurate throw. And in with a stolen base is Freilich.
Sets up the Red Devils with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Actually, you know, I'm surprised he didn't run during
before
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second stolen base by East tonight, or this afternoon. 1-1. We're in the top of the 5th. In a game that's just been flying by. We're not even an hour into the game, Tom.
Well, there haven't been a lot of walks. Both pitchers have been throwing strikes, so.
Oh, nice throw to second, but a little bit late. No walks by Thomas for East, and he's only had 2 base runners, and both of those were in the first. I had mentioned that 10 in a row had gone down for South. And Jared Grenke's been pitching a fine game. Pop up to Rissy. He makes a 2-handed grab. And that ends the inning, but not before East ties it up. A triple by Thomas and then an RBI single by Freilich. Pardon me, a sac fly by Seablum.
Just close my eyes and I'm with you, and all that I so wanna give you, it's only a
You don't have to be a hero to be a hero. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Pop quiz for you. In what movie did I play a gang leader struggling in school? Who was my teacher? What did I learn in math class? Oh, and here's one about you. What did your kid learn in math class today?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th for South High is their third baseman, Sam Raff. Raff flew out his first time at bat to the center fielder, Adam Wimberly. Thomas has got to feel pretty good about himself.
That ball's pretty well hit, but right at the center fielder.
Wimberly had a good break on it and does make the good catch. 11 in a row.
Yeah, the Red Wings need some base runners here. They're not putting any pressure on the defense at all.
Shane Feustel takes that first pitch for a ball outside. After a rough first inning, Jeff Thomas has been very tough. Gave up a double and an RBI single for South's 1 run. Pop up to Shield at second, and he makes the catch. Kazmarowski.
Right fielder, number 1, James Kazmarowski.
And I believe it was in a game that Greg and I did. Kazmarowski looked pretty good at bat. He swung the bat real fine. We got from the north-south game. Kaz had a triple and a couple flyouts to center field. He drills one to deep left center. Coming over is the left fielder. And making a catch was Tony Freilich.
Another quick inning.
Oh,
Unfortunately for the Red Wings, it was too quick because we didn't get any base runners here. So,
well, they hit the ball hard. They certainly aren't finding any holes.
No.
At the end of 5, we're all tied at 1.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, buns.
And CDs.
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam.
Ewa. Ride. Apa ya Pak? Pa.
Mir. Shanti.
Nhiệt Chang Yok Di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fei.
around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Well, Tom, we've reached the 1 hour mark of this ball game, and we're entering the top of the 6th, and Mark Shield leads it off with a line drive base hit to right.
Boy, he jumped on that baby, Marty. That was a rocket.
He was waiting for that first pitch strike, that's for sure. Chris Stolberg is the next hitter. Stolberg singled, and he struck out, so he's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
I mean, he's the cleanup hitter, so we're right into the heart of the Red Devil order.
Yeah, this is a key inning for the Red Wings. They got to shut him down.
Boy, they like to jump on that first pitch.
Yeah. The TV executives don't like that, though, because they don't get enough advertising in. Of course, ours are all
public service announcements.
Yeah, PSAs. Shield taking a conservative lead at first, but that ball sails over Stolberg's head, and Evans not able to get it.
That was really a wild pitch.
And now we got Shield at second base. Shield at second, Stolberg at bat. 1-1, we're in the top of the 6th. Breaking ball by Greinke is up high, makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Umpire Schmitz wants different baseball for Jared Greinke. Greinke making the request, by the way. Two balls and 1 strike. Top of the 6th, Stolberg up. Ball right down the middle. It's popped up. Reineke racing, drops in for a hit.
No, he was called out. Stoffringen said the right fielder caught it, and I think he apparently did.
Yeah, must
Picked
have.
it right off of the top of the grass. Wow.
That was a wow.
I wonder if we have a replay on that one, Marty.
We'll have to see. Hopefully we'll get another look at it. Coming up next is Eric Dietz, a very big play. Keeps the runner Shield at second base. That drops in. There's runners at first and third and nobody out. Time is called. Now we're back, ready to resume action. Greinke breaking from second base to keep the runner close.
I don't like that jumping around out there, though, Marty. That he's
takes you out of position
you
defensively.
Betcha. Oh, we're
Here's
going
a
to
replay
on here now. Watch his catch by the right fielder.
That's why they want to get the screening, the netting. I mean,
pretty hard to tell. Obviously, it was a good play, though.
Great camera work.
You bet.
Fritz on that play. Way to go, Fritz. Fritz just said, "Don't bother me. I'm busy." 2 balls and no strikes. They got to do this play where the shortstop breaks to second base, and then when he comes back, then the runner takes another lead, and that's when the second baseman breaks over. You know what I mean, don't you?
I do know what you mean, yep. I think they need to make sure they get the hitter here and be, you know, I don't think he's going to be stealing third here.
No, I think you're right there, but not the way Evans threw out that runner earlier in the game. They're really enamored with that runner at second, though.
They are. Maybe they know something. Yeah, maybe he is a really good runner in there. They are afraid of him.
Dietz, by the way, walked in the first and popped out to short in the fourth. He hits one high but not deep. Risto makes the easy catch.
That's a can of corn.
And that brings up Matt Nelson. Nelson 0 for 2.
2 outs now. Boy, it'd be nice to get out of here with without giving up a run here.
Greinke in the ball game has given up 5 hits so far. 2 in the first and 2 in the fifth. And now this one here in the sixth. And Will Madsen coming out to talk to the troops. What do you think he's telling them?
He said, I think we're going to Faye's Pizza tonight.
And I don't care if it's on the north side.
He might be telling them not to worry about that runner so much, you know. Now, especially with 2 outs, you know, even if he steals third, it's not quite so critical as it would be if there's no or 1 out.
Right. I was listening. Was it the radio? But they were saying, is there 7 or 9 ways to score from third?
Boy, you got me.
I can come up with 6 right away, I think. Anyway, the batter is Matt Nelson. I mentioned he's 0 for 2. He flew out to center to end the first, and then he tapped back to Greinke to end the fourth. That pitch is a ball, makes it 2-0. Greinke still making moves out at second base, trying to keep that runner close, and now the count is 3-0. On deck is the triple man, Jeff Thomas.
I was going to say, maybe they talked about not giving this guy anything good to hit to set up the force play on the infield. However, you know, to bring up Thomas, who really roped one last time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's such a great idea. And actually, Thomas has hit 2 of them hard because his first at bat, he drilled one out to center field that Reineke made a real nice play on for the first out in the second. So he's hit the ball hard his 2 trips. I think they ought to deal more with Nelson. 3-1 to count to Matt Nelson, by the way. And breaking ball. No. Second walk. Nobody warming up in the south bullpen area. Coach is telling him you got a chance to win the ball game for yourself.
This is a crucial spot here, Marty.
Well, I think the other thing, and you alluded to it really at the beginning of the inning, was if they can get through this now, they're going to start off the 7th with the 8th and 9th hitter if you can get this guy.
Yeah, if the Red Wings could come up with a run in the bottom. And I think he's got him.
Pop up to short. Risto's got it with 2 hands. Dad did teach him something. And South comes away with another shutout inning, and this was an important one. Now they go to the bottom of the 6th. We're still tied at 1.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, buns.
And
Small caps
CDs.
are the way to go.
Buns,
Flattering, you know, you
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Salam. Jam. Salam. Ewa. Ride. Apa? Pa. Mir.
Shanti.
Niep sanyok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fe.
around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
East again huddling up prior to starting the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Red Wings will be the first baseman, Jake Rissy. Rissy only coming up for his second at bat in the ball game. Jeff Thomas only allowing base runners in the first inning. Couple of hits. Produced a run. Rissy hits one down the right field line. The first baseman, Stolberg, gets twisted around but makes a great catch in foul territory. And that retires the first batter in the first inning. Well, I don't know if I should mention this, but I guess it's part of the game. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 in a row, Tom.
You certainly should mention it because we need to get a base runner here.
Reineke takes that first pitch for a ball. Justin's been busy in center field.
Yeah, he's made some nice catches out there.
If not catching them, chasing them down too. High pop up to center field. Wimberly staggering over, but now he rights himself and makes the easy grab.
2 quick outs again, Marty. Gee.
Well, Grant Evans is up, and he doubled back in the first. You know, doesn't take much, and then Risto's up. He could spank a single and put a run on the board. 2 hits away from scoring one. Thomas with a nice breaker in there for a strike. What'd the good father have to say?
He said that he was surprised that there wasn't more offense. He said, you know, there's some of those curveballs are hanging up there and looked like they were hittable.
There's a base hit.
All right, we have our man Jake Risto at the plate now. Hopefully he's got a little more pop in that bat than his dad did.
I was going to say, Evans has got pretty good speed. There you see him, number 33. Think you're going to send him?
I would, especially with Jake up, get him in scoring position with 2 outs. I think it'd be a good idea. I don't know how the catcher throws. We haven't had a chance to see him.
Yeah, there haven't been many base runners.
No.
15 in a row Thomas had before he gave up that hit.
Well, it's a good thing you jinxed him there, Marty.
I did my best.
Pitcher's worried about the Red Wings sending the runner.
No courtesy runner for Evans. He's got good speed. Oh, ball is a bouncer in there. Petrick not able to handle it, and Evans with good instincts on the bases took off on that what would be a wild pitch.
Right, the catcher actually did a nice job keeping it in front of him, and you know, good thing Evans scooted down there because it wasn't the ball that went back to the screen or anything like that.
Pete Bauer coming out now, crucial situation for Green Bay East.
They may talk about putting Risto on here.
Risto is 0 for 2. Josh Greinke, who got the RBI single, is next, so might be jumping from the frying pan into the fire.
The one thing it does do is it sets up a force at any base on the infield. And, you know, typically your third hitter is your best hitter. And I don't know how much difference there is between Risto and Greinke, but, you know, this just something to keep in mind, I guess.
Well, if I look at those old stats, there isn't a whole lot of difference. 059 and 100.
Oh.
Or 200, I mean. But that's still, those are, you know, from a couple weeks ago. All right, the count is 1 ball, no strikes. There are 2 outs. Grant Evans is on at second base. We're in the bottom of the 6th. We're all tied up at 1. Thomas's pitch is in the dirt again.
If Risto can find a hole here, you know Evans is going to be off with the crack of the bat with 2 outs. You know, could be crucial.
Look where Shield is playing, right behind second base now. Now he hustles back to his position.
There it is.
Base hit to left. Evans.
Send him, send him.
Chucking around. He's going to score.
Just what we said, Marty.
Hey, South with the late offense. 2 outs. Evans reaches on a hit and then goes to second on a wild pitch, and Jake Risto with an RBI single to left.
Mr. Clutch Jake Risto comes through with a big hit.
Now Risto jumping to a nice lead. Ball is hit near the...
Ooh. Hit right on the edge of the dugout and ricocheted in there.
I was going to say it's hit near the dugout.
I think it hit right on the corner of the roof, right like on the lip, and ricocheted into the fence. Those guys scattered. Showed good quickness on the bench.
Unless the ball was going right at him. No balls and 1 strike. Jake Risto on at first. He got the RBI single to bring home the lead run.
Jake might be going. There he goes.
He got a great jump. Petrick's throw is up a little bit, and didn't matter. Risto had a great jump and reaches second with a stolen base.
Well, it'd be nice to get him in there, a little insurance.
Yeah, you're right there. Well, Granke did get an RBI single in the first. See if he can do it again.
Jake hangs on. There's not a big advantage getting to third, as we mentioned before. 2 outs.
We're in the bottom of the 6th, South on top. Again, this time 2-1.
There
Liner
it is.
Just foul.
That would have been pretty.
It looked awfully fair off the bat, but just kept drifting further to the right. And
I think if you'd have been on the bases, umping the bases, Marty, that might have been a fair ball. Your eyesight has been known to be.
Oh, there were some unhappy people last night. Chris Wright, one of them.
I can't believe that.
He said he was still going to announce with me, though. Good throw to second by Thomas, but a little bit late. Risto back in time. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 2 up. South has 2 runs. I would say deuces are wild.
How about a 2-bagger?
Yeah, there we go. Jeff Thomas has pitched an excellent ball game for East. The Red Devils have not provided him with much offense. Matter of fact, he's been the offense too. Bouncing ball to Dietz at third.
Throw it away. Nope.
Just got him by a half step. And that ends the inning.
Well, we move to the 7th with the Red Wings up 2-1.
Materials stored in laboratories and other facilities, some protected by just a chain-link fence. Terrorists are trying to steal these materials to make a nuclear bomb and attack us here. We need to stop them at the source by locking down the materials. There is something you can do to protect America. Visit saferworld.org. Be part of stopping a catastrophe before it happens.
What do triglycerides or trigs have to do to get noticed? Normal triglycerides are below 150. High triglycerides increase your risk of heart disease. And if you're a woman, that risk goes up even more. After standing in the shadows of good and bad cholesterol, triglyceride, also known as the forgotten fat, is ready to share the spotlight and the attention. Remember to ask your doctor about the good, the bad, and the forgotten fat. And remember, normal triglycerides are under 150.
This message brought to you by Sister to Sister, working together for healthy hearts.
All right, Marty, here we go. The top of the 7th.
Jared,
3 outs away.
Jared Grenke getting ready. Grenke has pitched a fine ball game. He's only given up 5 hits and 1 run.
Both pitchers, Marty, really have been very impressive. Not only have there not been a lot of hard-hit balls, but very few walks, getting ahead of the hitters. Now to see if he can close it out. This becomes pretty tough sometimes.
Oh, man. That's why, you know, when major league teams have those closers, you know, they're the kind of guys that can get the job done. You know, and they have those nerves of steel, as they say.
The number 8 hitter goes after the first pitch.
Seablum had mixed results, Tom. He struck out in the second, but did hit a long sacrifice fly to right to bring home the tying runs. So he's 0 for 1 technically.
You know, he went after that first pitch, and there's kind of an old rule that maybe gets ignored, but you usually try to take a pitch when you're down a run going into the last inning until the pitcher throws you a strike. So now the next 2 are balls, and actually that one he went after I thought looked a little bit
iffy
off. Yeah, so it could be 3-0 here.
Well, we need strikes by Grenke. He's bouncer to Risto gets a Sunday hop.
Nice hop and a nice throw, and the leadoff hitter goes down. That's the big one.
When I was coaching baseball at Chilton, kids would get a hop like that. They call that grapes.
Grapes.
I don't know where that came from, but it was grapes. Yeah. Well, that brings up a pinch hitter, number 49, Andy Fralick. Fralick batting for Tony Fralick. Now, Fralick did see action earlier in the game, Tom, as a courtesy runner.
I think he scored, didn't he?
You're right.
What a memory.
That's why you're the man. Pinch hitting here in the 7th. It's interesting that you take the starter out, especially since he had a hit and a stolen base the last time at bat.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the manager knows his players and thinks that Andy has a better chance of getting a hit, or maybe he's going to take a pitch.
You think Pete Bauer knows more than us?
I don't think that's saying a lot.
Well, it's 2-0 to Andy Fralick, and that brings out Craig Claes. And I think he is talking about something having to do with throwing strikes.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to put anybody on. You want to make them swing the bat because the chances of a high school kid hitting it out of here are not real great. So
that's for sure.
Yeah, you're certainly hoping that you're going to make them swing it.
The guy that looked like he could possibly do it was that Chris Stolberg, the first baseman. He was a pretty hefty kind of guy and a number 4 hitter.
Who was the kid that had the triple, the pitcher, right?
Jeff Thomas, yeah. He just picked the wrong side of the field.
Yeah, yeah.
Field.
If he'd have taken that baby down the line, that had the distance.
Grenke delivers a strike, makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So Craig Claes' visit did do some good.
You should have gone out there earlier.
Yeah, really. Before the guy hit the triple.
A little low, I guess.
Yeah, it was close. I'd say Dan Schmitz has got a good strike zone tonight, though.
All right, full count. Now we got to go right after him.
Yeah, Andy Fralick with a good rip at that pitch, but came up empty.
Yeah, a little low.
And Fralick draws the walk. That puts a tying run on base.
The dreaded walk.
Wimberly's up. Fralick was a courtesy runner, so you'd have to figure he's got decent speed, but pretty iffy to try and send him, huh?
Yeah, Certainly with 2 outs, I think you might. But, you know, you got your leadoff hitter up here. You might want to give him a shot. I don't know. Especially after, you know, pitcher walked the previous man. You might want to, again, make him throw a strike, do you?
Wimberly takes that first pitch up high for a ball. Freilich has a decent lead, jumped to a good secondary lead on the pitch.
Greinke likes to throw over to first, and he has a good move and a good strong throw. You know, it's a little bit risky, too. If that ball gets by him, sometimes that run can get all the way to third.
Yeah, Rissy, the first baseman, needs to squeeze it. Another pitch up high. Well, you wouldn't think that Greinke is tired. I mean, he just hasn't thrown that many pitches this ball game. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. There is 1 out. South on top, 2-1. They scored in the first, and then took the lead back after East had scored in the 5th with a run in the bottom of the 6th. And we're at the top of the 7th now. South on top 2-1. And East trying to rally. Jared Greinke with the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch.
On low.
3-1. Oy, oy, oy.
As we mentioned, sometimes it's tough to close these things out.
Pitch is hit foul in the East bullpen. Melezva waiting on deck. The number 2 hitter and shortstop for East.
Full count on Wimberly and second full count in a row. Greinke lost the last one.
There's a liner into right
trouble.
center. It's a base hit. Freilich chugging around.
Hey, they got a
third.
shot at him. Oh.
Ball is off. The throw is off the mark.
Oh, don't be throwing that ball around.
Well, they did, but good backup.
But now the lead run is in scoring position.
Yeah.
The tying run at third, the lead run at second, 1 out, and the second hitter up. You know, now here's a situation. If you were lower in the order, you might consider putting this guy on to set up the force. But boy, you don't to bring up your third hitter.
Well, and Shield is 2 for 3 in the ball game. Will Madsen coming out. This is a second meeting of the inning, the third meeting of the game. And if they don't remove Greinke, Tom, after this meeting, any meeting after, they have to make a change, a pitching change. You've allowed 3 free visits, and then
I did not know that.
Yeah, a little different than Major League Baseball, where you're allowed on the second you have to
visit,
make per inning.
Right.
Yeah, that throwing the ball around, putting that guy at second base hurt.
You know, they had a shot at the runner at third. A good throw might have gotten him.
Yeah, you're right there. You can't hardly fault the outfielder for making an attempt at the lead runner. Well, we need some strikeouts from Greinke would be nice. Melezva did strike out in the first and did reach on an error and popped up to the first baseman, Rissy. South has the middle of the infield back. Corners are even with the bag. Interesting setup there.
Yeah, there's no double play setup, so I'm not so sure why.
Those guys are back.
Yeah.
First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Melezva, I don't think, liked the call. We thought it was great.
That looked good to me.
That ball is struck at and popped up to the second baseman.
Oh, did we need that?
And
now you might consider walking this guy. Isn't this the guy that...
2 hits and 3 trips. Josh Greinke making that catch, and that brings up Mark Shield.
He's going to put him on, Marty. I think he motioned him down there.
Intentional base on balls.
One of the differences also in high school baseball, you can intentionally pass them by just saying, send him down.
Now Stolberg is a number 4 hitter. He has a hit, short right center field, I believe, and then he struck out and flew out to right. And I'll tell you, the right fielder is going to have a tough time with the sun. So you might want to just strike him out.
Well, you know, and one of the things, though, walking that batter does is it doesn't give that pitcher any room to walk this guy.
No, you're right. There's good and bad to it.
That's
but
right. I mean, it was the play to make. There's no doubt about it. But there's some risk involved. Now he's way ahead, 0-2. I think you go right after him here, Marty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you want to play around with him too much. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Stolberg with 2 strikes. Grinke looking to shut the door. South on top, 2-1. Big bender, up just a little bit high. Stolberg, I don't know how he could take it.
No, especially a tantalizing, slow pitch like that. Uh-oh.
Fastball drilled out to left field. The left fielder can't make the play. That's going to clear the bases. 2 runs are in. Here comes the third runner, Shield. He's going to score. And Stolberg with 2 strikes and 1 ball on him clears the bases with a long double to left field.
He hit that right on the nose, Marty. And he actually hit it right at Lang. And Lang came in a step, that kind of froze him, and that's pretty typical. That's a tough ball to play.
Yeah, you're right.
But, if he hadn't, he might have had a shot because it just went over his outstretched glove. But a big play, that's for sure.
Oh boy.
I think the catcher might have a little equipment problem here.
Yeah.
On the play at the plate, maybe.
Boy, oh boy. 2 strikes. Looked like we had the game well in hand, and Stolberg doubles in 3 runs. Well, it's 4-2 East. South is going to have to rally in the bottom of the 7th. First of all, we got to get out of the inning. First pitch is swung at and fouled out on the New Jersey Avenue. South has Jared Grinke, Sam Raff, and Shane Feustel, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters up in the bottom half of the 7th. One and 1 is the count. Grinke obviously not happy about the turn of events. It's the same kind of thing that happened to him last night, in that 7th inning loss to Notre Dame.
Yeah, this would be a tough one to lose after playing so well and having, victory 1 strike away, actually.
That ball evens the count at 2-2. We're in the top of the 7th. East has just scored 3 on a triple by Chris Stolberg, their first baseman. His 2nd hit of the ball game. That pitch rides up high. Three and 2. And a runner on second is Stolberg. And another ball for ball 4.
Grinke's probably a little bit upset out there, after giving up that big bases loaded double. So we need to get him to settle down and get out of here and give us a shot in the bottom of the 7th.
That brings up Matt Nelson, the right fielder. Nelson is 0 for 2 with a walk. Well, Grinke overthrowing right now, it looks like. Evans going out to talk to his pitcher. Remember, any visit by the coaching staff is going to make a pitching change necessary.
Red Wings don't have anybody warming up, so I don't know if they've got a position player. Maybe Jake. I know it does some pitching.
And I think Josh Grinke does too. So they probably wouldn't have anybody warming up. They're all out on the field.
Right.
Swing and a miss by Nelson. Evens the count at 1-1. East with a rally in the top of the 7th. They've scored 3 so far, and they're up 4-2. Pitch is outside. Evans wanted that a strike. That pitch is low, makes it 3-1 now. Granke in danger of walking the bases loaded. Jeff Thomas is on deck, Tom. He, as we know, tripled and scored the tying run.
Yeah, Granke is really laboring now. They may have to make a move. I don't know what they've got coming up for games if they...
Thomas has hit the ball hard 2 of his 3 trips. One of them went for a triple. Chris Thousand sitting down below us, Tom, head coach at Lakeland College, looking at some prospective players, I'm sure, for his program.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a good ball player.
Yeah.
Played out at Howard's for a few years. Has a family going now, and as you know, wedding bells break up that old gang of ours.
All right.
Fly ball out to right.
That sun.
Oh, nice play made out there by Kazmarowski, and that finally ends the inning. 9 players went to bat for East, and they netted 3 runs, and now they have the lead 4-2 as we enter the bottom of the 7th.
This is a cat. This is fire. This is harmless and actually helpful to some people. Don't believe everything you hear. The fact is that every major health organization rejects smoked marijuana. Now that the smoke is cleared, discover truecompassion.org.
The most dangerous thing
our kids have to deal with today
isn't violence.
it isn't drugs, it's unhealthy food.
Too many of our kids are overweight. They're headed for diabetes, heart problems, or worse.
They need to eat healthy things like vegetables, fruits, high-fiber vegetarian foods.
As our kids grow, the right foods can help protect them from obesity, heart problems, diabetes, and even cancer. To find out more, call for a free booklet or visit our website, kidsgethealthy.org.
Well, back at Wildwood Baseball Park, where Sheboygan South is going to try and overcome a 2-run deficit. East scoring 3 in the top of the 7th to take a 4-2 lead. Just looking at the scorebook, and Tom, pretty unusual. South has received no walks from Thomas, but they also haven't struck out against Thomas.
That's a very unusual pitching line, particularly in high school baseball, that there aren't any walks or strikeouts.
Thomas's first pitch to Jared Grinke is in for a strike. Grinke's 0 for 2. Had a tough top of the 7th inning. Wound up giving up 2 hits and 4 walks, one of them intentional. Bouncing ball to third. Dietz gets a high hop and he spears it. Then his throw to Stolberg is high, but Stolberg makes the catch.
Nice play on both ends there. That ball took a wicked hop for the third baseman, and then he fired a high throw to first, but the first baseman was able to stay on the bag and retire Grinke.
Sam Raff is up. Raff has hit 2 balls out to center field. He actually hit the ball hard, but Wimberly made some nice plays. Wimberly's been busy out there. He's got 4 catches so far. Thomas still throwing free and easy.
Well, maybe he can find them, a little wild streak in there. And
bouncing ball up the middle.
Tough
Shield. Play. Oh, what a stretch by Stolberg. And Raff is out on a great play. Shield to Stolberg.
East is making the plays when they have to here.
Shane Feustel is up next. He's popped to short and popped to second. South down to their final. Out. East was down to their final strike.
Yeah. Although they did have the bases loaded, there's one difference.
Yeah, yeah. First pitch is a strike by Thomas. Jeff Thomas has pitched a fine ball game. No walks, no strikeouts. Has only given up 4 hits to South and had a string of 15 batters in a row retired in the middle part of the ball game. And Feustel pops to Shield, who makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Wow.
East winning with a rally in the top of the 7th. Comes up victorious 4-2. Tom, your impressions of the ball game?
Well, another tough defeat for the Red Wings. This one was right there to be had in their grasp, but they just couldn't put it away. And you got to give East credit. I mean, they made the plays when they had to, got the big hit when they had to. It was really a fine high school baseball game. Moved right along, a bunch of good plays, and it came out, at least as far as we're concerned, on the wrong end of the ledger, but a great high school baseball game.
East improves to 8-8. South drops to 8 wins and 11 losses. For the crew and my partner, Tom Grams, my name is Mike Martin. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.